back, come on. Lean back, lean back, lean back. Your seat's back, come on. You don't want no problems with Harlem. You don't want no clowns with the boogie down Bronxter. You don't want no drama with the blonde bomber. Original Don Dada of the blonde bottle. The model for white America. Then Joe, the spokesperson for the Latino. Then we got Mace back to represent everything else in between, including the percentages of the rest we don't. The best from each coast, the Midwest to the dirty, even further to Miami, all the way back to California. Hey, it'd probably be best right now if I won Dre. Get on the horn with him, tell him about the storm coming all our way. So tell a pal, grab a gal right now, get on the floor while I wait. Shake that ass a little more my way. But baby, I don't dance, not that I can't, there's a pistol in my pants. Come on.
My niggas don't dance, we just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Now lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back. Come on. I said my niggas don't dance, we just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Now lean back, lean back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is week 7 of the Hotel Deiana Fantasy Football Recap Cast. I'm here with Joey Crack, Eastside Joe. He's in the building. Joe, thanks for tuning in with us this week for the 7th week of our fantasy football recap. How are you doing, buddy?
Fantastic. Anything for you, my fine friend.
Well, I'm glad that after the week that I gave you and handed you the L and the amount of shit I've been talking to you, I'm glad that it's, I told you when we signed up for this, it's our week that we're playing each other, and you said I wouldn't have it any other way, right? So, I mean, didn't work well for you.
It's always tough for our matchups.
But sometimes
my team laid a number of eggs this past week.
It's sometimes better, though, that we faced each other, because then now we can, hash it out over the air on the recording.
Yes, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
Let's go ahead and jump right into that. Let's look at our score there. Wow, Joe. So I gave you some props last week because, you scored your highest points. And this week you didn't do too bad. And we'll look later in the show here. But there's a huge shakeup this week. Dante called it last week that was like everyone came back to normal. Well, it wasn't that crazy, but there's some guys in this league that need to fix some things. You actually have gotten some great performances by Jalen Hurts and Jared Goff. Thomas came out of nowhere in that London game. Of course, I got my Tank Bigsby in that same game, and Brees is finally coming into shape. So I really think my team is going well. I actually got to give you props. I think your team's coming around as well, too. So, I mean, looks good for you, buddy.
This time last season, my team looked pretty good as well, and we know how that one turned out.
Well, that's last year.
I don't get too excited. It is nice having my second overall pick healthy.
Yep.
I would like my third overall pick to come off the IR so we can start stroking him in there.
I wonder if he will. I don't know, because Cooper's coming off this week, so I'm wondering if that's going to happen for you. I hope it does, but with all the injuries happening everywhere, I mean, some other guys in this league just finally made it to first place and then lost one of their best guys. So let's jump back into the scores and look. Dirty Randy took care of let the boy watch. Baker continues to go off. Now he has some setbacks.
Mind-boggling.
He has some setbacks now. He's down Evans and down Godwin. So we'll see what happens there. That's an interesting move for him. I mean, they throw the ball, 40 times a game? So, his numbers are going to go down. Let the boy watch. He is who we are. Now he's at the bottom. He is who we thought he was. Excuse me. Still relying.
It's sad to see Gibbs wasted on that franchise.
I could probably do better, but I mean, Dante's team, again, he said he was like your team with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, but he has Jamar Chase, and they actually won that game. I mean, they played Cleveland, but I mean, any notes? I mean, again, back to yours. You have your guy that was in the game, he got you 0.6 points. He just got suspended for PEDs. So how much?
Performance enhancers. It looks like it could be 2 games. I was very sad to hear that news.
I mean, Williams is not going to be. You shouldn't have started him anyway. Let's be honest. But
probably not.
He's no Jamar Gibbs, right?
No.
So jumping down, this matchup here hurts my heart a little bit, but not a ton. Nino, I told last week, I was like, Nino, I want you to get a win. And he did. He came out and he fired and he got 166. And Ham, oh my goodness, buddy. What has happened to you? Before Lamar Jackson went off, he had like 89 points or something like that. So, Ham, 4 straight losses.
It's tough for me to really lay down the hard questions when I'm one of 2 non-championship franchises. But I look at some of these teams
perennial.
and it's shocking.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
Well, he was a wagon in the first 3 weeks. I mean, he was scoring like 180, 190, 200, and now he's hardly. And we'll get into
it's still
this.
early.
Yeah, we'll get into this.
It's still very, very early.
We'll get into this at the end of the episode because a lot of things, like I said, shook up in the scoring and all that stuff. So it'll be interesting. The next one down the list, La Flama. Man, you had a chance to knock off that smug little bitch, and he threw up his worst game in the last recent memory, and you still couldn't get anything going. I was looking at that game, and both of you were sub 100 points into Monday night. So I was like, good Lord. Looks like, I thought, for instance, Joe, when you get sub 100 point matchups, anything goes. And of course, Derrick Henry came out, got a receiving touchdown. He never catches the ball. What do you think about those 2 guys?
I think Derrick Henry?
Well, no, the 2 players, the Keith and Dell and their teams.
Oh, I mean, I believe Keith, if I'm not mistaken, handed me a pretty good beatdown at the beginning of the season. So I was surprised to see him teeter off.
Yeah, he scored 197 points when he played you. So, I mean, I think that was something that was crazy. But that was the same week that he and
Smug
Scotty,
little bitch.
Yeah, just
Smug little bitch, by the way.
I'm wondering if did he name that after his candidate? I'll have to ask. I'm just curious as to know if that's the case. But if that's true, then more power to you. And now the final match.
We can take that to the spinoff after hours.
We should. The final matchup of the week. I told Tony to get it together. He called his guys. He must have had an impromptu meeting. The VP of sales came through and sold his team on beating Bomber. I said, Bomber is in trouble now that he lost his quarterback in Pittsburgh. And look what happened when he doesn't have his top 2 players, the Bears quarterbacks, former Bear quarterback and current Bear quarterback. He just can't do it. So he's 0-1 without without Fields and Williams playing. So keep that in mind. St. Brown,
Can see a lot more of that moving forward.
Your boy St. Brown did show out for him. That great catch there and that long play. You guys had hell of a week. That was a great game. I liked seeing that. The NFC North is pretty wide open. Just to think that the Bears are 4-2 in that division and are in last place.
Yes.
So it is
Strongest division
by far, I think.
Easily.
And they're saying that a lot of these games are going to be interesting for the Bears because they don't play a divisional game I think till week 11. So it'll be
the Lions twice in like maybe 3 weeks.
I think it's the Lions. Yeah, the Lions twice in 3 weeks. They play them on Thanksgiving, of course, again, and then I think did they play them before Thanksgiving and then after? I can't remember. But to jump forward, Joe, let's look at that. What I was saying before with the standings.
Yeah, this is what I'm interested in.
So obviously now Smug Little Bitch and Spider are at the top. Now Spider is still ahead because of points. Tony is up now in the 3rd place. You have, even though you lost, you're still in 4th because the Ham's sliding. Dirty did get a win. La Flama is sliding as well. And myself and Nino, we got our 2nd wins of the year. But here's what's the interesting part. Okay? Now, if you look at points for, I'm up at number 4. Spider's only ahead by 2 points. Ham, who was dominating early in the year, is now only above me by 8 points. And so between me, my 2-5 record, and 1st place team, I'm only down by 17 points. So go figure that one out.
I mean, I've been down this rodeo before.
And now you're no longer the least amount of scoring points in the league. So you have ousted La Flama, and you're close to Dante by 16. Let me flip that back for you so you can see.
Shocking.
What's shocking is
what the point total is that I put up with the victories.
I mean, it is phenomenal.
Shocking.
It is phenomenal. But now, what's crazy, Joe? The last 2 weeks, I think. What was your score 3 weeks ago? Do you remember? You put up 163 last week or something like that, and then this week you had a decent showing. I just, put my foot up your ass.
No. I had a couple turds.
Well, dude,
that were
you listened.
just marinating on my roster in the starting lineup, and they showed it.
Well,
It happens.
That's what
I only have myself to blame, Bobby.
That's what happens when you take performance enhancing drugs. Sometimes you just don't get anything going. I will say this for you, Jalen Hurts.
Can we get him for more than 3 games in a row?
Jalen Hurts.
4 games in a row.
Jalen Hurts will score touchdowns. Even though Saquon had one of the best games ever, he should have scored 50-something points. But Jalen Hurts, if the ball's within the 1, he'll score a touchdown. So how many do you? He's got the most touchdowns for Eagles rusher. He passed Shady McCoy. So you get many points. If they're inside the 1 or 2, he's going to score a touchdown. So you have that going for you, Joe.
I believed I made the right move, passing on Josh Allen.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it is.
Okay.
It is.
But I don't have a poor quarterback. And we have Goff.
Yeah. Well,
JG16. I mean,
I'm clicking on your team so you can see.
Very happy about it.
Your team here. Okay. You got Najee, who somehow he was horrible for me. So somehow you've got him to do a little bit of something. I'm worried about.
I have to when you take a look a little bit lower there.
I think Rashad, you should probably bump him up, and Amari, bump them both up because they're going to have no passing.
Yeah, Amari could have helped me.
Yeah, they're going to have no
I
passing.
still would have lost, but that would have been a stronger showing this past week.
Yeah. Well, there's shoulda, woulda, coulda, right, Joe? I think that's always for me in the last couple of weeks. That's been my problem. Let's take a little preview of next week before I let you go here. And if I'm correct, I believe I have Ham. Yep, there you go. I have Ham. That should be a good matchup. I don't know if Jaden going to play. Well, he probably will. He said it was only a rib injury. We'll see.
Look, can we pull up the matchup view for these so we can see a full roster comparison?
I think so. I think that's this button here. I got to see if that brings it up. We'll check. But Joe, I while that's loading, I'm curious. Oh no, that's the Fantasy Cast button. So good. I'm glad I didn't put that up. I don't know how to get out of this. The fantasy look. Here you go. It takes a second on this machine. They're all grayed out, which doesn't help our vision much. But as you can see there, doesn't give any projected points. But hopefully you can see a little bit.
Yeah.
I have some work to do. I don't know if I'm going to keep Richardson in there. He hasn't been great as of late. So I've got some pending moves as well. We'll see what happens with my pending moves. Let me jump back. And I think, Joe, we'll look at your team as well. Your matchup. You're playing, let's see. Yeah, you're playing, who are you playing this? Oh, yeah, you're playing Tony B from Lackawanna. So let's do the matchup for Tony B from Lackawanna. I think the box score is the button I wanted to press. Yeah, Tony B, what do you think? I mean, you guys are both 4-3. This could be a very interesting matchup as far as lineups go. The projected totals are right there. It gives you here's what I think you were looking for. Your advantages, right?
Yes, I cannot have Tony B. Love him. Win a championship before me.
No, I don't.
Can't have it.
I don't think.
Cannot have it.
I don't think he will. If you can, I'm spreading the screen out a little bit here so you can see Tony's side. Yeah, I don't believe either one of you are going to win, so I'm fine with that. You keep those 2 places on the back of my trophy here, and
enjoy your championship year of glory.
Right here on the trophy. Right here on the trophy, there's 2 names right here. I believe it's Joe.
So what have you done for me lately, League?
Well, my name's no longer there, so
you'll be a thing of the past in the championship room come next year.
I prefer not to have to ship this anywhere, so we'll see how that goes.
You have a few alterations to make on your roster if you plan on going back to back.
My team's coming around, Joe. All right, I'm a end of the year guy.
There's a lot of time left. A lot.
Joe, with that said, I appreciate you coming on. You're always a joy. You're always the life.
I'd love to do it again real soon.
Well, we can
Bobby.
we can have you in week 10. We can have you week 12. We got a couple more spots open. So guys, if you
Sign
want
me
to,
up.
all right. Well, there you go. So Joe's going to put on one of those spots again. Joe, any final notes before I let you go tonight?
No.
No, nothing. You don't have anything to say to anybody, any of the haters out there, any your childhood friend, perhaps.
We'll talk to people after the season is done. I'm only looking for hardware. All business.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been week 7 of the Hotel Deiana Fantasy Football Recap Cast. I want to thank my guest, Mr. The King, Joe Malik. I cannot wait for us. Look, I'm also sporting my Jam Up. So, Tony, Jam Up, Tony. And hopefully we get another Jam Up session again soon. But till next week, we'll see you guys later. Thanks, Joe.
Draft Cleveland 2025. Cleveland.
We'll see you guys.